Tech Unfolded Nation, we are standing at the edge of a new era. If you think the console wars are over, you haven't been paying attention to what Sony is doing behind closed doors. PlayStation is trending across the USA right now, and it's not because of a new color for the DualSense. It's because the very foundation of how we play is shifting. In late 2025, Sony hit a milestone that seemed impossible. Ghost of Yotei sold 3.3 million copies in its first month, and the PS5 Pro, despite the $700 price tag, is currently the most searched piece of hardware in North America. But while we're all busy playing as Atsu in 1600s Japan, Sony is already building the machine that will replace your PS5. Today, we are unfolding the secret development of the PS6 Handheld, codenamed Project Canis, and the mind-blowing 2026 game slate that includes a franchise we never thought we'd see on a Sony console: Halo. Let's get into the meat of the leak. Rumors of a PlayStation handheld have been swirling since the portal launched, but Project Canis is something entirely different. According to massive leaks from insiders like Moore's Law is Dead, Sony is currently developing a standalone, native handheld console that will launch alongside or shortly after the PlayStation 6. This isn't just a remote play screen. We're talking about an 8-thread processor using AMD's latest Zen 6C architecture. Why does this matter? Because Sony just quietly updated the PS5 Software Development Kit (SDK) to include a power saver mode. This isn't for your living room console to save $5 on your electric bill. It's for optimization. Sony is telling developers to make their games run on lower power configurations so that the entire PS5 library and future PS6 titles can run natively on a handheld. Imagine playing GTA 6 or Marvel's Wolverine on the train with no lag, no cloud, and full PSSR 2.0 AI upscaling. Sony isn't just trying to beat the Steam Deck. They're trying to reclaim the throne they lost when the PSP and Vita died. The Project Canis specs suggest a device that is more powerful than a base PS5 but optimized for a 7-inch, 120Hz OLED screen. This is the Switch Pro that Nintendo never gave us, but with the power of the PlayStation ecosystem behind it. Now, let's talk about the impossible crossover. If you told me 10 years ago that Master Chief would be on a PlayStation box, I'd have called you crazy. But in 2026, the walls are officially down. Reports are surfacing that Halo Campaign Evolved is officially coming to the PS5. Following Microsoft's shift toward being a multi-platform publisher, Sony and Xbox have allegedly struck a deal to bring the Master Chief Collection's flagship title to the PlayStation audience. This is part of a larger 2026 expansion where we are seeing games like LEGO Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight, and 007. First Light hitting the PS5 Pro with exclusive enhancements. And then there's GTA 6. While the base PS5 will run it, the PS5 Pro is being marketed as the ultimate GTA machine. Sony knows that Rockstar's masterpiece is a hardware seller, and they are leveraging the Pro's 16.7 teraflops and AI-driven PSSR to ensure that if you want to see every neon light in Vice City with 0 frame drops, you have to buy a PlayStation. This is the most aggressive marketing strategy Sony has ever used, and it's working. That it's been over a year since the PS5 Pro launched for $699. At the time, the internet was in a flame war over the price. But looking back from December 2025, was it worth it? The answer is, only if you care about the details. Games like Ghost of Yotei and Death Stranding 2 on the beach are the proof of concept. On the base PS5, these games look incredible. But on the Pro, with ray tracing enabled at a steady 60 frames per second, the difference is night and day. We're seeing console-specific fidelity modes that finally close the gap between PC and console. However, it hasn't been perfect. We've seen some third-party titles like Borderlands 4 and Banishers struggle with stuttering on the Pro hardware. It seems that while Sony's first-party studios like Sucker Punch and Kojima Productions have mastered the hardware, smaller devs are still catching up. But with the Afila car integration now letting you play PS Remote Play in your vehicle, and the PSVR 2 finally getting a second life through PC compatibility, the PS5 Pro has become the central hub for a much larger tech ecosystem. But I want to hear from you. Does a native PS6 handheld make you want to skip the PS5 Pro? And more importantly, are you ready to see a Halo logo on your PlayStation dashboard? Let's settle this in the comments below. If you want more deep dives into the secret hardware Sony is hiding, hit that like button and subscribe to Tech Unfolded. We are your home for the 2026 gaming revolution. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.